Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my studio. This is Paint with Lovejoy. Thanks so much for joining me today. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel and check out my other videos. If this is your second or third or fourth time being here, thanks so much for coming back and getting creative, and thanks so much for your support. In this video, this is going to be perfect for my beginner painters. We're going to get comfortable with mixing the paint and working with the traceable on some of them and getting comfortable with applying a few layers on the canvas. So what you're going to see in the description box below is a link to a supply kit, and in that supply kit is everything that you need for this particular painting. So grab the supplies that you need and then move on to the painting portion. Another thing that you're going to see in the description box below is a link to what I call a traceable. A traceable is a way to get your initial image or composition on your canvas before you even start painting. And it's a nice tool for my first time and beginner painters to utilize. So feel free to check that out. So once you've kind of gotten comfortable with the painting process and you want to take your skills to the next level, check out my online school, paintwithlovejoy.com, and check out my Paint Your Pet class as well as my intermediate and a little more involved classes. Painting's not about being perfect, but it's about kind of building on your skills and getting better with each painting. So keep pushing yourself, keep kind of stepping out of your comfort zone and growing your skills. You're also more than welcome to change out any colors in any of the videos or the paintings that you do. Feel free to make any of these unique to you and make them your own. So trust your instincts. If you're inclined to change out a color, go right ahead and do that. So I think this is probably enough talking. Let's go ahead and jump into the process of painting. Alright guys, this is going to be another fun little winter painting. So grab your supplies, transfer your traceable to your surface, and as always, make sure you take your progress photos. Now on mine, I went over the traceable with a black Sharpie marker, and that's more for those of you at home that are going to pause the video and draw what you see. So if you're using the traceable, you don't have to do the black Sharpie lines. So we're going to start off with the large flat brush, and we're going to do a light bluish gray. So start with the white and then add a tiny amount of blue and a tiny amount of black to it. So we're starting light and then we'll get darker as we reach towards the bottom of the canvas. Now if yours at home is a little bit lighter or darker than what I'm using on the video, totally okay. That's just kind of your base starting point. And if you want to switch colors, if you want to do more light blues or purples or pinks, any other color, you are more than welcome to switch anything out in today's painting. Now you will notice that as I fill in my background, we're going to fill a good portion with this light bluish gray. I am mixing my color a couple of times, and now I'm actually going a little bit darker. So I'm going for a medium blue gray, and I want you to go just maybe 1 or 2 shades darker than what you were just using. And again, we'll go a little bit darker as we get towards the bottom of that canvas. And as you're adding this, I do want you overlapping this medium color over the light color. And you'll notice that you kind of blend the two together. It kind of creates a new shade. Use light pressure as you're going over the two shades. And just kind of have fun with this. This is really fun to just kind of move paint on canvas and blend some colors. And as you're mixing your color, if it's not fully mixed, if maybe there's more white or blue or black in there, that's okay. Just kind of play with that. And if you want to change the shade like I just did right here, slap some white on the top and then move your brush on top of it. This is called wet on wet blending. You can do it with more of the direct blue or the black or even a little bit darker, but just kind of play with your background with all these various little shades in there and just kind of have fun. Do everything that you want to your background now while the paint is wet, then we'll let it dry and move into the next step. So, also, if you're holding your breath, remember to breathe, relax. You guys are doing great. So this is a good place to pause the video, take your progress photo. We're going to move into the interior of the lamp. And I am moving down to a smaller brush and the direct yellow paint. We're going to put that base on there. And then we're going to do the same thing, a little bit of wet on wet blending with the red. So filling in both sides of that. And I am using student grade paint, so if you're using student grade paint, I do recommend that you apply your paint a little bit thicker. It'll make some of the blending easier, and it gives you a bit more of an opaque coverage. All right, so filling that space in, then we're going to move down to the pointy brush and grab some of that red paint. And a little bit of red actually goes a long way. So we're going to place it in a few areas, then we're going to wipe off the brush and go back and kind of blend it into that base yellow. Again, just getting you comfortable with the concept of wet on wet blending. So we place that color in there, wipe off any excess paint. If you want to, I actually moved back up to that medium flat brush, and you're literally just kind of squishing it into that base yellow. Light pressure, remember to breathe. If your brush is kind of shaky as you go to do this, that means you're holding your breath. So exhale as you touch the brush to the canvas. And as you're doing this, if you find that maybe you've got a lot of that red pigment on there and it's too dark, wipe it off, wipe your brush off on the paper towel, and then go back and kind of squish it in. These are kind of smaller, shorter, choppier brush strokes, and you're just squishing in there. There's not an exact formula, but we're just kind of giving this nice warm glow compared to the cooler colors that are going to be everywhere else. So do everything that you want to your lamp now while the paint is still wet, and then you can move into black paint and filling in the lamp post. And I was just cleaning off a water droplet that had gotten onto my background just a moment ago. So still with that medium flat brush, black paint and filling in the entire post on this painting. Again, apply your paint kind of thick, and if you need to move down to the small pointy brush or back and forth, feel free to use the brush that you need. And if you need to, if it's easier to turn your canvas upside down, turn it sideways to get to some of these areas, feel free to do that. You do not have to keep it in the same orientation. I'm just keeping mine like this because I am filming the video. But adjust for what you need for your comfort level. You guys are doing great. I'm really proud of you for painting at home. And then we are putting that post that the birds are going to hang out on. And if you don't want to add it, you don't have to. And same when we get to the birds, if you want to do different sets of birds, you can do that as well. And then adding the decorative elements on the top of our lamp post. Again, if you have something different in mind, feel free to add any modifications that you want. All right, so we're going to actually do the perimeter of that lamp. So if you need to, go down and grab that small pointy brush, and we're going to outline the base and outline the lamp. So I do recommend making sure that the red and yellows are fully dry by the time you do this, just so you don't get any contamination or mixed in paint. And you're going to kind of play with your pressure. So here you can see where I put my pinky out and use that as kind of my steady pivot point as I'm pulling the line down. You can also rest your forearm against the edge of the table. Um, turn the painting upside down if you need to, because it's easier to make a line in that direction or sideways. Again, adjust for what you need for your comfort level and your skills for today. All right, and a good place to pause the video, take your progress photo. We're going to move into the birds, and you do fully want your black and your background to be fully dry before you add the birds on here. And we'll be putting two cardinals. We're going to start with the head shape, which is going to be a circle, and then a bit of a larger oval for the body. Now again, if you want to switch and just do a solid black outline or a blue bird or a purple bird or yellow, you can switch it out to whatever color you want. If you are doing something other than a cardinal, when we get into adding the triangle on the top of the head, I'd recommend not doing that on your bird unless it is relative to the bird that you are painting. If you only want to put one bird on here, go right ahead. If you want to put a family of birds, you can also do that as well. So we got basically a circle and an oval and then a triangle shape for the tail. We'll do a little triangle shape for the headdress. And the bird on the left-hand side, his tail's go in the opposite direction, so we can still see the bar that he's sitting on compared to the bird on the right-hand side. So got their little headdress on there. And again, if you need to use the small pointy brush, go right ahead and do that. Now we are using the small pointy brush now for a little bit of black. And just like when we did the lamp post, we're going to place a little bit of black in a few specific areas, wipe off that brush, and then blend that black into the red. And again, a little bit of black goes a long way. So less is more for this particular concept. And if you need to, you can wipe off any excess black paint if you got too much on there, and then reapply your red. And then we are using the black paint for the black spot on their face, and then we will put a beak on top of that. We're just giving an illusion. We're not doing exact details for these cardinals, but just giving the illusion that we have two birds sitting on this pole. All right, again, remember to breathe. You guys are doing great. I am proud of you for painting at home. Just kind of filling in a few of these details, then we'll be moving into white paint next. All right, good place to pause the video. Take your progress photo. We're gonna move into white paint and kind of start adding the snow. So again, you do want all your paint to be dry. If the birds are still a little bit wet, you can kind of just go around them. But you definitely want your black and the stuff on the lamp post to be dry. So I'm using the direct white and hold that middle flat brush and holding the brush almost perpendicular to the canvas and literally just tapping on there these bits of snow that are hanging out on these elements. And then we'll be doing little dot and dash marks for the falling snow in the air. And you can have your place as snowy or as light in snow as you want. Same thing here. I'm just using that middle flat brush and literally holding it perpendicular, just touching the canvas and pulling it right back. All right, doing good. Fill it up as much as you want. If you want various sizes of your snowflakes, go for it. If you want individualized snowflakes, feel free to add the detail that you want. And as you do this, remember to step away from your canvas. Look at it from a distance of 5 to 10 feet away. Do you need to add more snow somewhere? Do you need to add something else? And just assess what you need from that distance. All right, it's looking good. And definitely you want to make sure that some of that snow is overlapping the lamp post. We're going to put the beak on the cardinals next, and then we'll put a few pieces of the snow that overlap. So moving down to that small pointy brush, we're going to make our own orange. We're going to start with yellow. A little bit of red goes a long way to make your orange. And then again, these are just little triangles, or even using just kind of the width of the brush, just making a dash mark, an illusion that each of these birds has a beak. Does not have to be perfect. And then do let it dry and then go back to your white. A few more little dots, and I'm going to have a few of these snow dots overlap the birds. So add anything else that you want to your painting to make this unique to you. Really proud of you guys for painting today. I hope you enjoyed the process. Please do not wait too long to do your next painting because your skills just get better and better each time that you paint. All right, guys, thanks again. Have a great day, and until next time, cheers. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the process of painting and I hope you are happy with how your paintings turned out. I'm really proud of you for getting creative. As you're uploading these to social media, please tag me at or hashtag paintwithlovejoy or email me your pictures paintwithlovejoy@gmail.com. I really enjoy seeing them. I try to post them on social media to encourage other beginner painters to try the process of painting. But please share this with your community as well. Anybody who is kind of scared to paint, share your experience with them and let them know kind of how much you benefited from it and how much you enjoyed the process. So kind of share the fun. With that being said, if you have any comments, questions, feedback, things that you want me to paint in the future, please leave a comment. I try to respond to everybody as quickly as I can. And any of the future suggestions for paintings, I add that to my production list and get to them as quickly as I can. So in the meantime, please keep getting creative. Let me know how you're doing. And until next time, cheers.